Hey, it's Quadix here. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded this series in a while. This is still one of the main series. I hope you all enjoy this. For the next part, get this to 500 likes, even more than that if you want it to, come out earlier. Let's get into the video. Roll the intro. Hospital. Sakura lay in bed with bruises on her face, arms, and chest. The doctor had told her that she had a sprained wrist, a concussion, and 2 broken ribs. While thinking about her injuries, she noticed the door open and was surprised to see her red-headed sensei followed by Tsunade, the head of the hospital. When both sat down, Kushina was the first to speak. "Sakura, I cannot express enough how sorry I am for what happened to you. I should have stepped in sooner, and I should have trained you better. I also should have recognized how unstable Menma was. I truly am sorry, Sakura," she said before bowing to the shock of the girl. After getting over her shock, Sakura simply responded, "It's okay, Kushina-sensei." Kushina shook her head violently. "No, Sakura, it's not okay. Because of me, you're laying in a hospital bed with serious injuries from a team spar. While walking over here, I came to a conclusion on a few things, on which being that I can no longer be your sensei," she said, getting a saddened look from the genin. Kushina quickly continued, "Luckily, I found a teacher who I believe will be perfect for you," she said with a smile. Sakura looked confused until Tsunade waved and spoke. "Hello, Sakura. Kushina has told me that you have a talent in chakra control and are very intelligent. I think that with some hard work, you could be a great combat medic, and I would like to show you how." The medic finished with a smile. A speechless Sakura could only smile and nod. Kushina looked at the sight with feelings of both happiness and sadness. "Sakura, you have the potential to become a great kunoichi, and my only regret is that I couldn't be the teacher that you deserve. I hope you know that while I won't be your sensei anymore, you can come to me with anything. I will try my best to help you. I'm proud of you, Sakura," she said. Kushina said. Before she could get up and leave, she was pulled into a hug from her former genin. It was a heartwarming moment, and Kushina returned the hug, both the jonin and genin letting tears fall. Tsunade looked at the scene with a smile. The medical genius had a feeling that Sakura would become a great kunoichi, and knew that she could get her there. Hokage's office. Minato was in his office trying to conquer today's paperwork when his wife walked in with a serious look that promised more paperwork on her face. "Kushina, is something wrong?" he asked. Kushina was hesitant and was obviously thinking hard about something. "Kushina," he said, knocking his wife out of her trance. Regaining her composure, Kushina straightened herself and began the serious conversation. "Minato, I need to schedule psyche evaluation for Menma and Narumi, and I have placed Sakura in a full apprenticeship with Tsunade, so she will no longer be on Team 7, she said, making Minato sigh in disappointment. He had known of his children's growing instability, but hadn't thought it was this bad. Nodding at the request, he asked, "Anything else?" which resulted in Kushina simply shaking her head and leaving. Being Hokage could be a very rewarding position, and it could be a very tiresome and uncomfortable position. Seeing a batch of genin grow into a great ninja, watching the happy faces of the villagers and knowing that they believed in you, being respected by the village as a whole, all rewards of making it to such a position. Moments like these, though, were some of the disappointments of the job. Seeing members of the shinobi force become unstable, unfit for their job, his children nonetheless, was extremely disappointing as a Hokage and saddening as a father. He had made many mistakes in his life, but none more than his role as a father. He had made his firstborn son estranged from the family by putting a prophecy above his duties as a father. It was a miracle that Naruto had forgiven him, but he wasn't the only one to suffer from it. Menma and Narumi had been raised as if they were ninja in the world. What they had become now were self-centered, egotistical, selfish, cruel, and unstable kids. All of this was the result of his decision as a father. Realm of Serpents. Naruto was standing in the clearing that Levis had told him about learning water and lightning jutsu yesterday. Levis came out of the water nearby and slithered in front of him before expanding and rising to his true height. Naruto jumped back a few times to give Levis space to grow, and when he was finished, Naruto stood in awe. The serpent had grown to its height of 90 feet. Without lowering his head to Naruto, Levis spoke at a volume that the human was able to hear even so far below. Naruto, by the end of this training period, you will be able to summon me on land and my father in water. It will take more concentration and chakra than you have ever summoned before. It will hurt badly, but you will come out of it much stronger than before. But before we can begin, you have demons that need to be faced. To do this, we must go to the Stone of Sanctity, he said, turning his head and looking at the lake, which gained a questioning look from Naruto. You will swim to the center of the lake and dive down. The stone will reveal itself to you when your summoning tattoo begins to glow. When your arms glow, the stone will glow as well. Follow the light to confront your demons and find the answers that you speak, he said before beginning to coil himself. Naruto followed the instructions of Levis and took his shirt and pants off before stepping into the water. It took 5 minutes before Naruto reached the center of the lake. When he reached the center, Naruto took multiple breaths of air before diving down. As he dived down, he realized that he was able to see perfectly in the water, and that this water felt almost natural to him. Discarding his thoughts, he continued to dive deeper. After 3 minutes of being underwater, Naruto's need for air began to make itself known, but he brushed it off. And after another minute, his chest began burning and his lungs begged for air, but he continued to swim deeper. 20 seconds later, his vision started to become blurry. And that's when it happened. His arms glowed, lighting up everything and gaining a similar glow 5 feet away. Fighting the need to breathe a little longer, he reached a glowing light that was the Stone of Sanctity. It was a beautiful purple stone the size of Naruto's hand. Grabbing the stone, the environment changed in an instant. The serpent summoner was no longer underwater, and his body no longer begged for oxygen. Instead, he was in an area unrecognizable. All he could see was multitude of colors as far as the beautiful eye could see. Beautiful, isn't it? A voice asked inside Naruto. Turning slowly to meet the voice, Naruto was shocked beyond belief when the voice was revealed to be his master, Sarah. Unable to speak or close his mouth, Sarah smiled at his reaction. After a small giggle from Sarah, Naruto was broken from his unresponsive state. Am I dead? He asked, which received a shake of the head from his master. No, my student, you're not dead. The stone takes all of the experiences and memories of your life into account and brings you face to face with the ones that are holding you back. Apparently, I've been causing you some distress, she said with a smile. I need you to tell me everything, Naruto said with a serious look on his face, which made the smile fade from Sarah. Everything as in what? The stone may know your experiences, but I'm kinda dead. I mean, I check in from time to time, but between poker with the Shadame Hokage and pranks on the other swordsman, I'm kinda busy, she said with a laugh that quickly ended after seeing the look on Naruto's face. Sorry, bad joke. Okay, so you want to know about the group that Aileel said I was in. They're called the Shinigami's Blade. It's a group of the entire world's greatest swordsmen. They only keep 5 members at a time, if memory serves me. I joined because they told me that together we could save the world and keep it safe. Like a fool, I believed that crap, and about a month in, I realized that they were a group of monsters who wanted to rule the world by fear. They never wanted peace, they wanted servitude. And though I hate to say it, it's possible for them. You see, when I decided to leave, I barely made it out alive. After healing up and staying off their radar, I searched through every country of the elemental nations for a successor, because I knew that it was impossible for me to stop them. I'd almost given up until you asked me to teach you, she said with a smile. I sensed it from the conviction in your voice, and saw it in your eyes. You had the will and determination needed to become my successor, and later down the line, the savior of the world. Naruto was shocked. If what Sarah was saying was true, then the world was in an incredible amount of danger. Sarah, if these swordsmen are as powerful as you say, then how can you expect me to stand a chance against them? He asked, which gained a laugh from the blue-haired swordsman. Because Naruto, you will be the greatest swordsman of all of us. You hold the legacy of the most legendary swordsman in all of existence. I told you before my death that you were the 11th in the line of history, strongest swordman, each one stronger than the last. You will surpass me, Naruto. You will surpass me and every swordsman in existence. She said with a proud smile. Naruto slightly blushed at the expectations of his teacher. Sarah, is there like a name for this line of swordsmen I'm a part of? He asked, which had honestly been a question in his mind since the night he gained a sword. Sarah smiled and replied, nope, which caused Naruto to fall face down. When Naruto sat back up, Sarah looked at him with a serious look. Naruto, there's a scroll that I left in the care of the serpents. It contains the sword techniques of each of our group swordsmen. Read them, learn them, and reach your full potential. I believe in you, little brother, she said, fading away with a smile. Naruto smiled as well before the light around him began to fade, and his surroundings revealed itself. He was in front of the stone of sanctity, but it and his tattoo were no longer glowing. Realizing that his time with the stone was up, he swam to the surface. Upon reaching Levis, Naruto spoke loud enough for the serpent to hear. Levis, I'm ready to learn both the ways of the serpent and the ways of my past swordsman, which gained a slight nod and what looked like a small smile from the serpent. That's where I'm gonna end it, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next part. Roll the outro.
Wanted a bitch who was on the move, but you on a goddamn late. Got that one in my bed and she just wanna sleep. Fucking up all of the sheets. She only wake up to eat. Do this shit every week. Like why you do that? Crying you wanna be great, but sleeping until the next day. Why you do that? Got that much in the bank. We go out, she order to stay. Why you do that?